Welcome back, or if you're just joining me for the first time, welcome to my channel. I'm Trisha with Chocolate Musings. I love to bullet journal, which includes planning and journaling in one, paint, draw, and create lettered art. This channel is dedicated to help you find your inner muse and grow creatively in your life's journey. Today I will be setting up my bullet journal for February and going over a few of the technical parts of bullet journaling and some things that I've discovered. I will also be reviewing my January plans and to show you what I liked and what I did not like and what I do plan on changing for the future. In the end, I hope you find some inspiration. Links are in the description below for all products used, as well as links to the blog post for this video. So I hope you sit back and enjoy. Maybe grab some chocolate on the way. So we will get started and take a look at what I've done in January. If you haven't seen the January flip through, I will leave a link to that. This is my welcome to 2018 page. You can see that I am getting pretty close to the end of my journal and planning out February. I decided that I almost have enough for March, so I think I'm going to do some extra pages so I really can start a fresh journal for March. But this is my welcome page for 2018. I did some lettering on this page and some watercolor painting with markers, which I've been experimenting with and have really enjoyed. This is my future log and have the bullet train. This is definitely one of the reasons why I decided to do transportation for the month of January. And you can see I don't have a whole lot in the future log. It will fill up as the months get closer. And I will just transfer this information over to a new journal. I like to have this in every journal no matter when I'm starting a new book. This is my calendar. And I like to see when different events coordinate with each other. We didn't have a whole lot going on as a family this month, so I think I will start using my calendar to plan out my blog posts and plan out my videos, as well as some Instagram live videos that I'm planning on starting to do. So this is my habit and mood tracker. And I know it seems like there's a lot of white space here. I use my habit tracker a little bit differently than maybe other people might. I use it sometimes as a gauge to see how well I'm doing and see what I need to do. I've been doing a lot of studying about habits, and sometimes I put it on here just to test out how I'm doing. I do like this blog post and video streaming. Obviously I haven't done very well on that, but I plan on changing that. I do like this tracker to the side. It is not per day, it is just the quantity per month. TWI stands for the weigh-in result, and I have the dates that I am weighing in, and this is another challenge that I will be putting out shortly, and I have some pretty good information and some pretty good spreads for these. If you've read my blog post on my mood tracker here, I like the circular mood tracker. It takes up less space, it seems, but the calculating it in January, if I can find it here, calculating it from December, adding up all these numbers, I counted more than one number once and I had to go back and do that. So I think what I will do is assign a number to a color and simplify it that way, so I can just do an average and maybe do an average for the day. And then here I have just a mini tracker that is a cleaning mini tracker, cleaning the bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen, floors. And we have a shoe bucket that gets overwhelmed with shoes sometimes, so I wanted to clear that out. I don't know that I will include that on the next one. I like it all together with my habits so that I refer to it when I'm filling out my habit tracker each day. These are my challenges that I like to participate in. So this is the final of, what was this called? A penny farthing bike and my flower doodles, and I was trying to see which method I liked more, if I liked a little bit more of a white space around, or if I liked the black just to go right up to the flowers. And this is definitely something you'll see more of. I would love to learn how to doodle and draw more flowers and foliage. So I'm still deciding which one I like more. I kind of like both, so I'll probably go back and forth sometimes. And I really like this layout. If I could combine this one with maybe more space. Look at those ones. If I could make these longer, I think I would like them a little bit better rather than wide. Learning how to overlap watercolors, I really enjoyed that, and I will definitely do that in the future. This one is actually one of my favorite, and I really love the doodles down here. I feel like this one didn't really coordinate with the page. I wanted them on the page, but they just didn't go with the balloons the way it was laid out, and so I will think about those in the future, how doodles will be incorporated. But this one, I almost feel like these are wildflowers to the side of the road, and I thought that was really cute. If I do squares on my page, I tend to do 12 by 12s. It just seems to be the best size if I end up doing squares. You can see that I use this page quite a bit. It was very functional to me. This is the week that we are in, and actually you will not see a blog post about this. I do not like this one. Okay, so you will see a blog post about this one, but it includes all of my bullet journal fails. So if you want to check out my bullet journal fails, there's a blog post for that. Liked the quote, and I liked the saddle, how this turned out, but I just was not a huge fan of the bright blue clouds and the outlined horse. It just wasn't my favorite, and that's something that I've learned, is that it's okay to try new things, and if it's not your favorite, it'll go in the bullet journal fails post. And then this is the last week. The tank is kind of a fun, whimsical thing, and I think this will look really nice once I get those flowers filled out. My husband and I were talking the other day, and he was saying that he kind of liked the look of this, and I agree with him. I think that it might be fun to do a dashboard and separate it into different sections. I'm not sure if I would include months, or if I would include days, or if I would include other things, but I do like the semicircle look, so that may be something that I incorporate into the future. Now, the 1 line per day is kind of a journal entry, and so sorry you don't get to necessarily see all the things, but I did include something that I would only do good things. I would only include good things, which I'm surprised that it's been a little bit of a challenge, because some days I just want to write all the negative. So I haven't fulfilled every day, as you can see. I've missed a couple here and there. I will have to rethink this and see how I can better include this in the future, because I do like looking on the positive and reminding myself to look on the positive daily. And then this is my key category spending, and I don't think you've seen a blog post on this yet. I'm still trying to refine this page. I think I would like to have it be more of a yearly thing so I can compare month to month, and I've seen some really good ideas. I plan on putting out a blog post on some different financial trackers that you can do. I actually keep track of our money using You Need a Budget, and I'll include a link for that too. I'm a big fan of keeping track of my money because I can import the bank accounts and I can see where everything is. But on the other hand, when I track it in my planner, I feel more responsible for it because I'm physically writing in the amounts that I've spent. and I can physically see it creates more of a responsibility on my end, is how I feel. I do like keeping electronic records for my budget, but if I have a specific category that I need to rein in my spending, for instance, I feel like we've spent a little bit too much on groceries this month, then it would be better for me to track that and get it under control. The next page is my idea page, and I'm not going to show you that one, sorry. I still need to sketch this in. I didn't write all the swimming thoughts because I bought a $5 journal at Michael's and started filling it up. I think I'm on page 70. So it would not all fit on this one little page, but I really like this doodle. It's like a brain dump, but it's nicer words. And then I will do at the end of the month a month in review, and I do plan on doing a blog post about this. Sometimes there's a good month and sometimes there's a bad month, but having a month in review will show you where you came from and where you still intend to go. Now, I know that January is a big month on creating and breaking resolutions. It's my philosophy that you can start a resolution or you can start a goal or a habit at any time. You don't have to wait for January 1st. So if you have already broken your resolution, that's okay. Start over. I'm working on some very specific things to help with that, both myself and anyone who's interested in following along. And that includes weight loss, that includes creating new habits, that includes not eating so much chocolate. Shh, don't tell anyone I said that, coming from Chocolate Musings. I don't think that you have to start in January. In fact, I started one of the things that I wanted to accomplish in my life. I started it later in the month in January, just because I didn't want it to be a New Year's resolution. I wanted it to be something that I decided when to start it, and I was in control of that. And if I happened to fall off, it was okay, because it wasn't a January resolution. So that's just my little spill about that. I didn't realize I was going to be so passionate. So now we've got February, and I have thought long and hard about what I wanted to do in February, and no ideas came to my mind. What I really wanted to do was doodle. I just want to doodle all over my pages. I haven't really doodled a whole lot. I've been doing a lot of writing and a lot of reform things, so I want to go back to the root of drawing for me, which is doodling. I still couldn't come up with any ideas of maybe a theme what I wanted to doodle. This is my idea. Since my theme for the year is grow, I doodled light bulbs growing because it's hilarious to me. And I kind of like the idea of taking something and making myself think about it in a different way. And so each of these light bulbs may be modeled after a different type of plant or a different type of flower. For the monthly calendar, I really just wanted to fill it with doodles. The other thing that I was thinking, and I haven't quite laid it out yet, haven't thought about where this needs to go, so it'll kind of be week to week, is, and you can see my weeks, and I'll go back to my habit tracker. My weeks are laid out just kind of blank, open for interpretation. I always plan where each week is going to be in my journal, just so that I know and don't happen to skip a week. I've done that before, and then you don't know what to do about it, or I don't know what to do about it. And then if I need to include something at the end of the month, I can. It's not in the middle. So I do think for each week, I may have a different type of doodle. I will do some Instagram lives. on how to create banners, but I think that's what I may do, is just have a theme for each week of different types of doodles. So this is actually the first week. I start the month off fresh, so Thursday is the first, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this will be my flower doodles down here. And then I also have a place here for to-dos, or if I need a shopping list, I can include that here. For my mood tracker, I again have the 5 different sections. I section off my day it starts down here. Before I go to work, usually the kids are home, I'm getting them ready for school. And then how work is, after work, how dinner is, and then after dinner, so at nighttime when the kids are in bed. And I do think that I will create a scale of colors. Maybe I'll do that in here. I also decided to go with a circular habit tracker. And then again, I have my blog posts and the goals that I've set, as well as creating some products, which I have some really fun ideas. And then going back and editing some old posts and making sure that I've got accurate links. You know, sometimes it's good to have some maintenance. And then I included my weekly to clean, decided to enhance it a little bit. I've got the floors in the kitchen, hall, master, and living, and so I can separate each one and color in the different sections that I have done for that week. And then master and hall bath, you know, so I know which one is done. And then I have the different laundry. Laundry and dishes used to be the bane of my existence. Thankfully, I've taken care of dishes. If you've not seen that post, I'll leave a link for it. But dishes are now no longer the bane of my existence, but laundry is still. So that's the next thing on my list. I still have laundry baskets sitting in my room, but I didn't just confess that to you. And then I would like to organize one thing each week. I came up with the idea of have 10 minutes. So I came up with this idea not too long ago. It was in December, and I doodled this and I laid it out in mind map format. And I made a list of all the things that I tend not to do. If I have 10 minutes, or if I run into just a little bit of time, what can I do? And this has truly, truly, truly been a game changer for me. I make my bed now. I don't have any excuse. I do a journal entry. I sit down and I start the laundry. I don't necessarily finish it. So that needs to be added to the list. I take care of paperwork. This has really been a very interesting journey. So what I want to include here is organizing one thing, so it may be on this list of my 10 things. And I just want to see what I intend to do throughout the year is to clean out all the bits and pieces from my house. We are thinking of moving in the next year or so, and so we have just acquired so much stuff since we've lived here for 12 years. And I tell you, so much stuff. And then we've had kids and they come with a lot of stuff and they like to keep their stuff. That's what this one is for, and just to see how I'm doing and then see what I can do to change it. So there is my February walkthrough. Now I won't necessarily post weekly videos because I have so many other things that I want to share with you. So I may condense several things together, and like I said, be doing the Instagram live posts. I do have things that I want to inspire you with. I have some ideas for beginning bullet journalists. I have some ideas for those who are trying to change their habits, and I have some things for weight loss as well. I have some big things because that is actually what I started at the middle of January, not too long ago, and I'm very excited about some of these things that I've got planned. I hope you've enjoyed this little walkthrough, And if you have ideas on doodles that you want to see me do, or if you are struggling or would like to see something in particular, please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear about it. I'd love to take your feedback into consideration and develop some things. I have been doing more lettering, slowing it down as far as lettering goes, because I know that's a big thing, and I will be posting here shortly a comparison of something that I did in April of last year. In fact, I'll give you a sneak peek. I started this journal April of last year. This is the first quote that I included in my journal. I watercolor painted it. And I don't think I posted, maybe I posted this on Instagram when I was very first starting, I'm not sure. But this is where I was less than a year ago. It's amazing how far you can come in a year's time, or less than a year's time. It's amazing how far you can come in a month's time. So I do keep this in mind every single day, to live life more fully today than you did yesterday. And that's what my ultimate goal is to strive to be a better person and have a more full life. And that's what all of these things in my bullet journal are trying to help me to do. So I hope you've enjoyed and gotten a little taste of some other journals that I keep. I don't normally do that, but I'm really excited about some projects, so I thought you might be interested in them as well. Well, that should do it for today. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave a thumbs up on the video. And don't forget to visit me on my social media channels. You'll often get sneak peeks on Instagram and Twitter, and I have a whole lineup of inspiration on my blog and on my Pinterest account. I hope you remember to plan your life so that you live beautifully, and don't be afraid to discover your inner muse. See you next time.